Okay, time for another recipe, another non-meat 3 cups each of vegetables recipe. Yes, we can go to 3 cups now, the dietitian said so, and we grabbed that with both hands and now we're on tight. Having said that, it's pretty much an estimation of what 3 cups would be each. So I'm doing this meal as a 6-cup meal of vegetables that are non-starchy. They say leafy green, but they're not really, because you know what? There's nothing leafy or green about a mushroom. So, what are we going to do today? If you have a look down, we got some mushrooms. Nice big portobello mushrooms. We're going to make mushroom steaks out of those. So the first thing that you do with these starters, get the pans on them, get them piping hot. You want to get that sizzle when you actually put them on, just like you were cooking up a steak. Oh steak, how I miss you. So we're going to start with a bit of salt. Looks like a lot, but a lot of it falls off, so don't panic. But then again, I'm not here to prevent a heart attack, I'm here to lose weight, so that's what we're doing right now. So, some pepper, this gives it a nice spice. And just for good measure, I do a little bit of garlic powder as well, because why not? And at the end of the day, if I can't have the animals that I love so much in my stomach, I can certainly have the flavour. All right. So here we go. We've got the fry pan on. Why don't you come on around and say hello? So on top of our mushrooms, what we're going to do is a nice little tomato and onion mix. So I've diced up some red onions because they're a little bit on the sweeter side, and diced up some tomatoes. We're not going to really cook them through thoroughly. I'm just going to put them into the pan long enough for them to get nice and warm so that they don't cool down the mushrooms and we still have a hot meal. What I'm going to do, we're going to start with the mushrooms and we're going to put them in just like you would a steak. So first off, let me get the oil. Bit of oil on there. Turn the thing on because it's going to get smoky.
Smoky.
And put these in upside down, making sure not to burn yourself.
That is the key. Do not burn yourself.
All into the pan. You can jam them in there because at the end of the day, they will shrink down and they will eventually fit. So that is, it's going to be in that way.
Get in there.
Look at that, they're in. Just while I'm doing that, a little bit of salt on the top. And a bit of pepper.
No one can say we don't cook with salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper is the key. Salt and pepper is absolute key. It's what I put on all of my meat. I'm going to take these straight into an oiled pot. Don't touch the stuff, baby. It's a nice little sizzling going on there. And move straight in there and get a bit stir around. Now again, if it's anything tomato is not tomato without a bit of salt in there as well. So put a bit of salt in that one there. And eventually I'm going to put a couple of drops of just balsamic vinegar as well. Let's turn that down now. And turn that into a nice warm jam. Okay, I'll come back to you in a minute. Okay, we've just turned the mushrooms over. I've cooked these over each side a few times, just until I get a nice sort of coloration on this side that shows that it's pretty well cooked. And I'm leaving it on this side for a little bit of time just to get it through. Into the tomatoes, we've got some basil paste here. I'm just going to put that in. About a tablespoon. And with that, a balsamic vinaigrette, a good splash of that. Stir that all in thoroughly.
Smells divine.
almost like meat.
No, it doesn't.
Just have a little bit of taste of those.
But he can dream of meat instead.
Oh, that's good. Okay, let me turn that off. Alright, mushrooms are ready. Just place them on each plate. Try to make it as even as you can, because otherwise your partner will kill you. Alright, so this is then just gets spooned over the top of the mushrooms. Now you can actually spoon this particular topping over zucchini, over pretty much just about anything else that you sort of cook that's nice and solid, and it makes for a very, very nice topping.
What do you class these as?
What do I class them as?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What do you call them?
Mushroom steaks, the tomato topping.
Mushroom steaks. That's the way of him dreaming of his steaks that he's going to get in. He pretends they're meat, but they're actually mushrooms.
It's the only way I can survive for the next 14 days. And that's done. So just on the top of that, just a sprinkle of semi-fresh chives. And they're ready to go.
Yummy.
Looks like so much more than.
Wow. This would be the closest meal I've found so far that actually even comes close to resembling a meat dinner. The actual flavors of the mushroom with the salt and pepper actually make it taste more meaty, and then the tomatoes and the onions mix on top. It's absolutely delicious. So that's just something I've got to say right then and there. It really is delicious. It's one of my favorite meals. Now, there have been queries within the household as to whether this is actually 3 cups worth of food. Maybe it's a little bit over, but you know what? I've been going through this for the last 17 days and I don't care. It's delicious. I'm eating it. It's still not much more than 750 calories and I'm starving. So if you think I've used a bit too much, well, there's places that you can go. That's just fine. I think it's just the right amount and I'm going to enjoy every last bite of it until I can get back to my meatitarian ways. Ciao.